Welcome to the Heresafe platform, which provides a full overview of any projects and how many have been created, closed, or active via the overview dashboard. We'll also have a view of any inductions that have been taken remotely and digitally by your contractors that are invited to access sites. We'll also have a view on any passes or permits for those high-risk works that may be raised off the back of one of these projects or authority to works. The system provides an overview of any documentations that you may request from your contractor companies. And these statuses reflect the life cycle of those documentations. During those life cycles, contractors will receive email notifications informing them as any items are expiring or have expired, prompting them to maintain their own documentations. They'll be able to maintain those documents via an external supplier portal, which they'll use to share with you the people they'll be sending to site, as well as to maintain and provide any documents. Whether you invite a contractor to engage with an authority to work or project, or respond to a request for a particular credential, the contractor can access an external portal and interact with those requirements. Uploading documents is a select from file. Populate any expiry dates. They can interact with any projects, sharing with you who they're going to be sending to do any works. Responding to requests for risk assessments on projects, as well as update their people, invite their people to do your induction to make sure that they're ready to work when required. And the induction process can embed any induction materials that may be required, ask an assessment, a multi-choice assessment, and get them to digitally sign and acknowledge to follow any site rules. They'll also be able to keep track of any permits that have been issued to their people, as well as the status of their people, whether they've checked in or met requirements on a project. The system will hold a full database of any contractor companies that you work with, and contractor companies will have a profile whereby you can keep track of any items that they may have provided, their employees, and any projects or authority to works that they've been included on. You'll be able to perform actions like ban a company or ban their people, request any documents. These documents will be your own document types, or even upload any documents that may have been provided to you previously. Projects or authority to works drive an expected on-site view. So as companies inform you who they'll be sending to do certain works, you'll have visibility of who you may be expecting on site. At a glance, you can easily identify whether an individual is ready to work or whether there's any outstanding requirements that were specified that they've not yet provided. Projects and jobs also drive a calendar view. So you can see on a calendar view what projects or works you're expecting to take place. You can easily identify whether or not those projects have been authorised, as they're colour-coded accordingly, with green works authorised and those still red, flagging that something has not yet been approved. Projects will also have their own dashboard views where you can identify the status of the companies involved on those projects, whether there's any items that are pending acceptance by a competent user, and the contacts that that contractor company has shared will be attending site, whether they've consumed your induction material in advance of attending site, and provided the necessary competencies that you specified when you created that project. A full digital permit process whereby you can keep track of any issued permits according to the status of those permits. It includes a full permit log, which can be searched and exported to Excel. And at all times, you'll be able to retrieve any previously issued permits, send those to print, and perform any necessary actions on those permits. Permits can be fully digital. They can also be sent to print at any point in the process. A permit can be handed over to an alternative issuing manager or a permit issuer if you were leaving site and required a new issuer to take over on the return and close out of that permit. They can also be revoked at any point, and once revoked, the contractor will be alerted that that permit has been revoked. A permit will capture an audit trail around who has done what on what stage of that permit, and they can be signed and returned either digitally by the contractor from their own device or via an internal user's device. At each stage of the process, an alert will go out to relevant users to inform them whether a permit has been issued, or even where a permit has been accepted. And a full copy of the permit in its paper format will be sent to both the issuer as well as the contractor. Other actions include being able to perform an audit on permits and record that you've done an on-site audit and attach any supporting files. Equally, a permit check. You can also copy a permit, which is useful if a permit expires every day and you want to copy a permit for those daily permits. The copy permit function still requires both the issuing manager and the contractor to sign on to that permit. Permits also include a work team register where the entire team of the contractor can sign on to a permit if required. Permits, projects, and check-ins can be mapped via a Google Map view of your locations where you can identify any ongoing projects or contacts that are checked on site to provide real-time visibility on what's going on and try and avoid any conflicts.